Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for 25 years and has gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She's an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. This week, Living Your Own Personal Number with special guest Dawn Jennings from Empress of Intuitive Moon.
Hey guys, how is everybody? This week, we're going to go over your own personal number. Now, I've been doing numerology this whole couple of weeks, and I'm going to talk to you about what year you're in. Okay, so there's a million ways to do numerology. Now, you can take your name because I talked to you about that. I am going to show you that today. But what I wanted to talk about very first is I want to talk about when you aren't living your numerology life path or your personal number. Okay. So I noticed that, and you guys all call me. So I've been overwhelmed with all the calls. It's been really cool. I just talked to somebody from St. Kitts. I didn't even know where it was. I had to look it up on a map. Anyway, I was like, so here I am, talking to them, and you guys give me information. I give you. Now, I'm a little different than some people. I'm never jealous. You know why? When you call for a reading for somebody else, they may give you completely different information because you have to remember spirit works through personality. I'm more, relationships aren't I can tell you about relationships, but hi Horse 89. And anyway, I concentrate on your career and your finances and being in alignment. That's what I concentrate on. I also do health and that kind of thing, where other people, their primary focus is relationships. So we're all different, and I'm never jealous. So all I know is that I've been out of alignment. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I've been the last few years just cranky, hating my job. I'm burned out. And I could not figure out how to get myself unstuck. Now, I've been giving you guys little tips about getting yourself unstuck. Okay. So one thing is if you know you're stuck, you know you're stuck. And I would say 80 to 90% of everybody calling me right now for readings. And by the way, I'm 25% off right now through February. That you're stuck, and it's like you don't know how to get out of it. What is this coming from? Age of Aquarius, right, Kent? And we've been talking about that this whole time. Now, the Age of Aquarius started December 20th. And what does the Age of Aquarius mean? It means following your heart. Your soul knows you're not doing the right thing. Okay. And for me, it was manifesting my way as I was mad. I'm mad all the time. like moody and angry.
You?
Never. But when I'm doing this, like I'm here, I have friends watching this, and they can't believe the difference in me because I was out of alignment. I always said I needed my own show. I need my own show. And even my best friends always said, we need a show. You need a show. This is my alignment. I'm supposed to be helping people spiritually. And, now my symptoms, and I went through an awakening also, but everybody, it was interesting because I start talking to all of you guys. I learned stuff from you guys too. You guys give me information back, and it's going back and forth. Like I listen to you. That's how I learn. And I'm very auditory. So when I'm on the phone doing a reading for you guys, I learn stuff. Now I have a person, her name is Dawn Jennings. I did a reading for her, and she's also an intuitive. What I'm noticing, I am becoming almost like I don't know, because they call it the psychic. Like I'm mentoring a lot of people at this point, and they're starting their own businesses, and I am absolutely okay with that. Now, Dawn called me last week and was talking to me about her out of misalignment. And it was a very interesting, the symptoms of hers was really super interesting. And by the way, it's up on the what was it? Intuitive Moon.
Yep. There's Empress of IntuitiveMoons.com.
And you can book a reading with her. Now, I'm always sponsoring people. I will back them. Okay. I have absolutely no problem with that. Okay. Anyways, so Dawn, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Lana?
Good. It's cold, and it took me forever to get here because we're in Chicago, and it was like 2 inches of snow. Anyway, so tell me more. What you were telling me was really super interesting. That's why I want to interview you a little bit about being misaligned. Now, what were some of your symptoms? And tell me your story a little bit.
Well, tell you the story a little bit first so that everybody can have a bit of a background. Mm-hmm. Is that for like 20, 30 years, I tried to deny my ability, so to speak. And I just misaligned myself because that's not where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
And I was very sick. I've lost jobs. I've survived cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. Wow. You know, and just the way people treat you, it's different than, you know, what you would be expecting.
Yes.
And now that I'm back in alignment and I've, you know, going forward and needing to be where I am with my abilities and my employment and everything like that, things are going great. In fact, I just got a request for an interview this week. So this is awesome.
Awesome. Now, is it interesting that, do you think that because of the misalignment that you've created a positive shift in you? Or do you think that the spirits of the other people are trying to tell you something? What do you think about that?
I think it's a little bit of both, because if you're not in alignment, you can't hear the spirits that are talking to you and get that insight of where you need to go next, because they can't tell you everything. They just give you the insight of where you go next, as you know. Yeah. But I really think it's a bit of both, because if you're not aligned, you can't really hear them.
Yes, exactly. Now, I spent a lot of time on my last school district. I keep saying that I shouldn't have left my last school system. It was a free will, and I kind of screwed my retirement up. But anyway, it's not so bad. Anyway, but I never would have gotten to where I'm at right now if I hadn't been, because this school is completely accepting. My other school, they were always trying to get me fired because they found out I was a psychic. And so I get this. Now, what other kind of so you were sick? I mean, what kind of other things were going on? Like, relationship wise, was everything a mess? So
relationship wise, it was a mess. I didn't even have a relationship for 13 years.
Okay.
It just is a mess. And the people I would meet would not be the right, you know, how you know when you meet somebody, they're just not the right one.
Yes.
Or you try and it just doesn't work. Relationships were not in alignment whatsoever. And like I said, the jobs, you know, everybody tried to fire me at my job.
Yes.
So I get that, you know, and then being sick, it went from just like colds and stuff. And then, like I said, I'm a cancer survivor. Exactly. I've had a major automobile accident, things like that. I mean, and sometimes they just send you these messages like, you're not where you need to be. Get out of there.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
With your skills, both of you, people, human beings will say, you should know that.
Oh,
right?
All the time.
So what is that fight? Is that just because you're human? I mean, what's the fight that you do get out of alignment?
Not being, we're letting society, I think, and Dawn, you can reiterate on this. I think we're letting society dictate what we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be. We're playing a role and wearing a mask.
Okay.
What do you think?
Correct. I believe in the same thing. It's a mask, as you know, well as not only the mask, but you're shunned. You know, people shame you. People think you're, you know,
kooky.
Mentally unstable. Kooky.
I know. I've had a couple of people. Yeah, I've had a couple of people say that, and then I walk up to them and I say something really like only like a family member would know, and their mouths are. I just kind of chuckle. I'm like, well, you know, you do get to a point where you have to. It's almost like, Dawn, a self-actualization on the hierarchy of needs. You guys, you know what that is? Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yes.
Where you're not caring what other people think anymore.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
No, I don't.
Yep. And that's when you really are yourself. Now, so you've been doing this for 30 years. When did this really, really start to shift? Or did it shift around the age of Aquarius in December? It
shifted a little bit before that.
Okay. All right.
I would say probably when I had my my automobile accident in 2019 is when it shifted to where it is now.
Yeah, they're trying to wake you up. They're making you just sick enough to not kill you so that you'll wake up. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I've talked to a lot of people where they've gone through that, where it's just sick enough to make you awake. You know what I'm saying? And they keep doing it until like almost like banging in them between the eyes, you know? So I've been fortunate. I so far don't have any like health problems so far. I've been very, very fortunate. Thank God. So, well, my last lifetime, I was real sickly. Anyway, so how can we go ahead?
I just want to say, too, that a lot of people think because you're a psychic, you should know. But the problem is psychics don't usually read themselves.
No, I know.
So we don't know. There are lessons to be learned.
That's right. That's what I've been saying on the podcast is that I can't read for myself. I can get, every once in a while, I'll get something. They'll tell me something. But I can't, I could lay cards and I'd be like, whatever, you know, because we are of service to other people. And we have to understand that. And God blocks us on purpose. Because if we could read, would we experience any of the crap we have to go through? No, really, seriously, think about that logically.
Yeah.
Right.
So, where can people find you, Dawn? We've got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of listeners out there on internet radio who can't see the things that I've posted. So, where can they find you?
You can find me on the internet currently at www.empressofintuitivemoons.com. You can book a reading. You can also, if you email me for a reading and put in the promo code Lana, you can receive $10 off any of the readings of your choosing.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I'm backing people. I've got lots of people that are also psychics that call me for readings, advice and stuff. I'm working my way through this. This has taken off on me. And anybody that's watching my YouTube knows that I'm busier than a beaver because I'm still working a full-time job too. And it's at a point where 2 weeks ago we had Walks with Thunder here, who's a good friend of mine, who's a Native American. And he said in May, so here's a prediction from him, because I can tell I'm going forward. I know that. He said, you better make a decision in May. So let's see if he's right on this. But I would love to drag you along with me, Dawn, on this journey, because this is just interesting. And you guys hit her up for a reading. Her reading would be completely different than mine. So just remember that. Okay. Mm-hmm. What is your specialty, Dawn?
My specialty is I do the tarot reading like most people do, but I connect with the past relatives, people who have passed.
So you're a medium too.
Yes, I'm a medium. That's my specialty. Right. I get special messages.
Okay, awesome.
That is great.
All right. Thank you so much, Dawn. Just for the people that are out of alignment, we're going to discuss this in a minute. Take care and visit her website because, say it again. Intuitive, what was that again? Empress of Intuitive Moons. Yep, go ahead.
Yep. www.empressofintuitivemoons.com.
And that's plural moon. So make sure you get that S on there.
Yeah,
Empress of Intuitive Moons.com.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Take care.
Well, thank you, Lana. Yep. You have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Bye.
There we go. I'm actually doing that off the phone, you guys, with a microphone.
Oh,
hey, go tech.
Sometimes it works best.
You know what? I've got all this technology going, you guys, and I'm pretty good with technology, but like I just bought a new camera and it wants to tape. It doesn't want to go live.
There we go.
So I got to figure that out.
And of course, for everybody out there listening, you're stuck in the net here, 216 the net, but feel free to visit where can they reach you?
www.enchantedskye.com.
There you go.
I'm 25% off for readings.
If she's 100% on, and she's just giving a discount.
Yep.
You shouldn't say you're 25% off.
Oh! I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, I got it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is like, it takes me a minute, to process sometimes. Been a while,
Yep.
Anyway, so
now, hold on. Wait, we're still going to brag a little bit, right? You're on 8 different platforms for your podcast.
Yes,
so
I am.
So if you're listening and you missed some of the old
videos, and there's probably about 18 to 20 of them already.
And they're getting loaded up, but you're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, you're on Spotify,
on Pocket Cast,
yes.
Radio Public.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
all Anchor, all of that.
Yeah,
Breaker,
wherever you
Breaker.
listen to
So if
your
you want to,
podcasts.
and you know what we were just looking at? We're finding that there is a pattern of who's watching and who
Mhm.
100% of men are downloading podcasts.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. But mostly women are listening on my YouTube. So it's just a different way we do
Yeah.
it. I think you guys like talking to me live. Where men they want to like process it.
Men are in the closet still.
Maybe I don't know. Anyway, it's cool. So anyway, what I've been talking about is your personal number is what we're going to do today. But last week I was talking to you guys about numerology and your birth date. Now there's a million ways to do numerology. Now next week, don't miss because I'm going to do live past life regression. So be watching. I'm also looking. I'm into, because this is metaphysical meanderings. I am talking to somebody about the they sometimes call it the Walworth werewolf, but
hey, how are you? You got people calling for readings.
You know what? And that's okay. You know what that is? That's out of country. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Where was I?
You were talking about the werewolf.
Yes, I've got a couple people I'm interviewing. So, because we've seen it, we've had 3 sightings, and it's been bizarre. I've heard it, and so there's something there. I don't care. I had somebody, there isn't such a thing. Why? Because you haven't seen it. Because there's something by my house. Now, Walworth, Wisconsin is near Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border. I am about 30 to 40 minutes west of that, excuse me. And so why wouldn't I see something? But there's something there. I've talked to Native Americans about this, and they totally believe what I say because they said they know it's real.
Sure.
And I have mounds all the way around me. I have lots, and that's why there's so much Native. Everything I'm into is very Native American because of where I live and stuff. I'm just very influenced in my past lives. By the way, if you haven't had past life regression done, and you want to know why you are the way you are, hit up enchantedSky.com because I am 20% off right now. You are never the same after you've had past life regression. Because for some reason, it puts people that you know. I've known you before. And I'm going to add, when you guys, I'm talking to Ken. When I'm telling him, I know him. I don't know how I know him. I feel like you were a family member at one point. And we all have 2,000 or so in our circle of different people we interact with throughout our lifetimes. I know him. I know I do. I usually I can place it. And I'll say, I know how I know you, and I will see it, but I haven't.
Hard to
so
forget
when
a guy
you
like
are being put under hypnosis, I'm going to ask you how you know me.
That'll be interesting.
It'll be very interesting, so don't miss that. Okay. So, all right. Here we go. We're going to talk about personal, because there's millions of ways now to do the personal numbers, the numerology. Some people, now my best friend who's in her 70s, and she's very sick right now. I hope don't everybody say a prayer. Her name is Joanne. She uses your name. She'll take your whole name, and that's what she bases her numerology off of. And you'll come up with personal numbers and things like that. And I kind of told you a little bit about it, where you take, I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
Do you see how? Yeah, but it's backwards. Is it backwards?
No.
I don't know. Anyway, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all you do. Then you go A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and you go through the whole alphabet. So J would be a 1 again. When you get to 9, you go back to the 1 again. And it's interesting because you have different numbers. My destiny number, and you have different numbers. So let me explain this. You've got a personal number, which I'm going to do today. All right. I can go on for months like this because there's truth to it. And I don't even understand. I just know numbers are magic. And if you've taught for a while, you know, numbers they're magic. And in 9 is always a magic number, by the way. Thanks, Dawn. Okay. My birthday is tomorrow. Oh, Princess Adielu. It's her birthday.
Nice, a princess. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday on Valentine's Day. That's cool. So you'll go to back to J, it says a 1, K is a 2, L is a 3, and you just do that. And then you add up your whole birth name, and you'll come up with a number. That number for me is a 7, which means I'm a psychic. See how it goes? And they're slightly different. They meet kind of the general things, but yet they don't. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about your personal number now. That has to do with taking your birth date and adding 1. And that's the year, what you're working on in the year. Because even though this is the year of change, it's a 5, there's still things that you're working on. Okay? So take your birth date. So, all right, Kent, what's your birth date?
July 18th.
So
7/18.
7/18.
1969.
Okay, so add it all together, and didn't you come up with
I was a 5.
5? So this is going to be, this year is a 6 for you, and I'm going to go over it. What you're working on. You're going to be shocked that this works.
Is a 6.
Yes, it's a 6 that you're working on. Do you see how it's a little different?
Okay.
It's your own personal number. That's what they call it. It's a little different than if you just took your name. Okay. And see, I could go on months like this because there's all kinds of things. If I take my name,
I am a 6. It's 15.
Oh, it's still a 6. Oh,
yeah.
That's cool too. Okay.
Yeah.
Because okay. So let me explain this. Okay. So if you are a 1 this year, and after you've added it all together, and so this will be what you're working on this year. Okay. So you're working on a number 1. You're on new beginnings. You're trying this year to assert your individuality. Like, it's really important to you. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're trying to get noticed. Maybe it's something like that. Reaching out for any opportunities that come your way, and you're following your inner guidance. Okay. So if you're a 1, that's what you're working on this year. Okay. Now a 2, your personal number, it means you're learning to work together with somebody. You're learning to network. You're learning to do, okay. You're going to be extremely busy, and you're going to be using your intuition to do it. So if you're pay attention, because this year you pay attention to what's going on in your life, okay? And that is what's going on is what's your personal number. And I'm going to tell you, because it's so accurate for me, I have to laugh. Now, then the next year it'll be working. Now, so this year is a 9. Next year will be a 1 again. Do you see how that goes? You'll be going to new beginnings again. See how this works? So you take your birth date and you add a 1, okay? Let's do it. All right. So, and then there's another way to do this also. All right. You can take your birth date, and you can also there's other ways to do this, but I'm doing it this way. It's easy. Okay. You are going to add it's destiny numbers too. Okay. Vowels, hearts, desires, dreams. Okay. Personal number 1 is a 7. It'll be an 8. Okay. So being a 5. So next year you would add 2, and you see how you start. Oh, you can see there's a lot of ways to do this. So whatever cycle you're in this year, okay, you add, this is, okay. So if you added a 1, this is the year you're at. Okay. You're at an 8, right? Or a 9, whatever, right? Next year you add 2. So because you're in a 9-year cycle. Okay. So you understand how that goes. So for this year, I'm having you all add a 1. Okay. I know that's kind of crazy, but it's because it worked. They're 9s. Okay. All right. Add my birthday up, and it's a 1, Anna. Then now add 1 more. It's a 2. You're in year 2. Your personal number is you're learning to work as a team using for intuition. You're going to be very busy this year. Okay. Do you see how that goes? All right. So I'll explain that one more time. You can also take your birth date, make it 2000. This is another way to do it. Now listen, because it makes it even easier. Take your birth date, like 8/19, and then take today's year and add 1. That works out too. There's another way to do it. There's lots of ways to do this because it's of the magic 9s. Okay. So all I know is that I'm normally an 8. Okay. I'm an 8. I did my whole birth number, and I add 1. And that is my path this year. Now, next year, I'll be a 1. So if you keep track, you'll be because all of this goes through cycles. So you go through 1 to 9. Okay. Now, some people, if they're on a certain path, might be 1 to 7. And if you notice, some of the numbers I know it's bizarre. They skip sometimes too, but most people are on the path of 1 to 9. Okay. So that explains that. Okay. So now if your personal number is 3, okay, remember, take your destiny number, add 1. That's what you're working on this year. That's the easiest way to do it. You're striving for creativity and freedom. You're longing for your freedom and how to express it. You're going to be the introverted traveler, and you're extremely optimistic. All right. Now, you have to understand. Now, I'm going to show you with mine what mine is a 9, and I'm going to show you. It's kind of interesting. You're a heart 4. If you've got where you took your birthday and added 1 and you end up with a 4, your personal number is you're a hard worker, you're practical, you're making progress throughout this year. You're towards your goals. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that because you're 1, you're not making progress, but that's your focus. Okay. So now your personal number of 5 is a little bit different than your 3, but they're a little bit sort of the same, because remember I told you this is a 5-year and there's change. Okay. Now, normally there's going to be change because it's a 5, but with your own personal number, combine that. So think about it that way. So this year's the year of change. So you're in a 5-year, and that's 2021. So 5, you do your new beginnings and you're asserting your individuality as a number 1. Do you see how that's a little different for every single person? I don't know how this works. I just know that this does work. I know that this does. Okay. Mine is October 9th of October. Ms. Dyer, take and add all your numbers together and add 1. Okay. All right.
Of course, everybody, don't forget to check Lana out at
EnchantedSky.com. You just put that in, it'll all come up.
Yep.
It's
and that's
Google
SKYE.
Yep.
But now we're blessed to have her here for an hour every Saturday morning. We're blessed to be able to make this into a podcast for you folks. But if you want to get the real readings, you got to go to EnchantedSky.com, where she can do her work.
Thank you. Okay. So we are on, and I'm notice that I'm not going into really great detail. It's just a rough kind of thing you're doing, because I could talk for months like this. I'll probably revisit this at some point anyway. I try to switch gears to keep you guys interested because I don't want anybody bored. So, I'm a Sag. I get bored easily. I'm bored. Let's do something else. Yeah, it's a fire sign thing. Anyway, so if you're on 5, you are going to have unpredictable change probably this year. And and you have a longing for freedom. So, and we're talking your year is unpredictable. There's going to be things that happen if you're a 5-year personal number that you're going to be like, wow. So just be aware of it. If I had to compare a 5 to anything, I'd compare it to the Tower card, a tarot card deck. Okay. Anybody knows about the tarot, the Tower card? It's a sudden dramatic change, shock or blow that brings about dramatic changes. Okay. So see how they all collide. They all combine together. Okay. Love from there's Miss Dyer. She's from St. Kitts. I didn't know your last name. Hello. Somebody was talking to me from some little island. She's out here talking to me. I told her to listen today. So, okay. So, all right. We're at our personal number 6. I only got 15 minutes left because I'm going to be taking your calls and your questions.
That's right.
Okay.
Get your questions ready.
You're dealing with your home. You're bringing attention to your domestic affairs. I mean, there could be a baby. I mean, if you're a 6, there's something like that. Love and passion is reignited, and it has something to do with your home, your well-being, your family life, is that what you're?
Yeah, I'm a 6.
You're a 6 now. And you're also doing humanitarian efforts. That's what we're doing. At least we think we are.
I would like to think so.
Yes, I'd like to think so too. So, but do you see it? And it'll be your theme of the year. So whatever things you're doing, it's your theme for the year. All right. So, like I said, I'll show you how to, for like next year, you would add another one. So if you're a 6 this year, you'd be a 7 next. But you'll forget. So there's a way to, I'll show you how to do that. Okay. So personal life path 7. Now if you add my name up, I'm a 7, but not on my personal life path. And it is different. Okay. Now, personal life path, you are the year of contemplation, what you're going to do with yourself. You're almost like you're stuck. Like, okay, what am I doing this year? And you're using your psychic abilities and your spiritual awareness to come in alignment. So if you're a 7, you probably are all feeling pretty darn stuck. I bet you are. Let's see. I've got Majida. She says, what does it mean to be a 7? Well, I just explained it. You must be feeling a little stuck. You're using your intuition and your psychic abilities are increasing. That's what the whole theme of the year is about for you. Okay. So now, do you see how we're doing this? It works pretty well. Okay. If you really pay attention. Okay. Okay. Very true. She says, yep, she's searching. And with the age of Aquarius, we're all becoming, don't you notice everybody's searching? People are not buying dogma of society anymore. There's a huge shift in. I also want to say also that everybody notices from February to April, there's an increase of energy. Remember I told you that you'd see all the airplanes starting to go back to, they're going to lift the bans.
Yep.
They just lifted the amount of people they're putting on the planes now. They're starting to load the planes up. And I know that not everybody's had their shots, but there's starting to be more confidence in it. And I like I said, I talked to people all around the world. I talked to somebody in UK who was down with COVID when I called her. I mean, she was literally in bed. She's like, COVID. And we're talking and she's like, what people are starting, they can't do this anymore. They're going to go out. They're starting to try to go back to a normal life. This is what she said in UK. And they're going to catch it. They know it. So they're going out and about and trying to stay as healthy until they can get their shots all the way. That's kind of what people's attitudes are changing. We can't do this anymore. It's been a year now. Then they're getting tired now. So that's why I see a speed up from February to April. And what about that stimulus check? Remember I told you about the third week of February, there'd be a stimulus check coming? Well, they were discussing it again yesterday. So I want to say though, when I've been pulling tarot cards, it's probably maybe going to be approved or been talked about that third week because I'm seeing in readings for people that there's money coming in March. So late February to early March. So
interesting.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'm not.
Hey, and I said that I would get one. So remember, and so I don't make no cutoff of $200,000 a year. So and that's what they think the cutoff is. And I said I was getting one. So I knew there was some coming. So I just thought I look at my predictions.
Hey, I don't mind being broke when the government's passing out money.
Well, hey, it's our money, buddy. It's our money. You remember that. We've worked hard for that money. Okay. So, all right. My sister is not sure how to get her number. Oh, my husband. Take your birth date and add 1. Take your whole birth date. So I'm 12/19/1966. I make one number. That's 8. Add 1. It's a 9. That's all you do for this year. Like next year, you would add 2, and you're in a cycle. But there's another way to explain that too, and eventually I will tell you guys that. But there's truth to this. To pay attention, because even though I am in the process of new beginnings, but I'm going to tell you I'm a 9. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so if you're a life path 8, you're getting words recognition. You're going to be very ambitious with action and achievement. You're going to have achievement this year. Someone's going to recognize you for all of your hard work. Okay, so if you think about it, it's not quite now. Remember, I told you life path 8 was like an infinity symbol with very powerful. See, they're slightly different. They mean kind of the same thing, but at the same time. Okay. All right. What has
Shayna asked?
Shayna, what your most profoundly accurate prediction was the win of Biden by the skin of his teeth. I literally said that a few months ago.
Well, yeah, you said that back in when did we start this? March, April?
No, I started this in July.
In July,
so that win.
Yeah, you said it back then.
And I also made the comment: Bernie Sanders will not go away. He will be extremely active in this whole thing. And I was right on that too. I would say that, that's a really good question, because I mean, I've predicted like people's children who could never got pregnant and stuff like that. But I would say internationally, globally, I would say that that's probably my big one. Yeah.
You even said that there would be, it would be by the skin of his teeth and there'd be some weird stuff.
Yes. Yeah. I predicted the riot.
You did.
Yeah, and that's on my YouTube.
Yep.
And I predicted it. I said around the 10th, there's going to be something that's going to shock the world. And I said, I don't understand. And I did predict that there would be a lot of riots. And people, I remember right after the election, I hear from somebody, oh, where's all the riots? You predicted all. And I said, you just wait. It's not done. And I still, here's a prediction. It's still not done. All right. So just beware. Okay. Now, my personal number is a 9. Now, anybody that knows me, what's going on with me is this whole thing has taken off. I mean, we're talking and I are talking. We're like, well, we have to make decisions. I mean, I know I do. Now, I've only got 110 days left, you guys, to be vested so that I get a double pension. So I got 100 days. I can do this. But I am so busy with this. Finding guests, writing transcripts, doing my blog, doing readings. This has taken on a life of its own in a good way because I'm actually happy when I'm really super active. So it's good. Anyway, so your personal number, which is me as a 9, is the year of transformation. Does that make total sense? Yes. I'm transferring from what I was before to what I am becoming now. And it makes total sense to me. Okay. I'm also releasing all the negative karma from my past years. So I'm letting that go. I'm letting I might have to release money that I have to make my mind up. I have to be 100 days, you guys. I can do this. Okay. And there has to be something to do that's with humanitarian basis, which this is. I'm helping other people. So that I found that interesting when I was really, really looking at it and really thinking about it. So what's going on in your life, Kent, that you're a 6? You're a 6, right?
Yeah, I'm a 6. Now, if you put numbers to each letter, I'm a 4.
Okay, and that's another show.
Yeah. So
because now listen, you'll have a personal number. Right. Your destiny number is your name. And it means slightly, but it's a 4. Okay.
Well, but yeah, that's the destiny. If you put,
yes.
So I'm a 6, right? So it's all about domestic and being home and all that good stuff. And
raising your kids.
My wife and I went on a date a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. My husband's with me because he's trying to go on a date with me. He bought me flowers and he's trying to woo me again because
Hey.
We've been fighting. I'll be honest, a little bit. So
it's so as a 6, that as you said,
I know he's listening. Oh, there's Daniel right there. My sister's not okay. Yeah, my husband's listening. I know he is.
We're taking a look at remodeling the
bathroom. That's what I thought that
right?
we were saying. You were like looking at moving too for a little while there.
But
did I make that prediction that you wouldn't do that?
You did.
I know I did. He goes, I'm thinking of moving and I'm looking at a job and I'm like, you aren't moving. And he's like, and I go, how do you know? I said, you're just not. And so that you guys understand, when I do and I say something off the top of my head, you better know it's true. Kent's been around me long enough. He knows that if I say it just like walking by going, you aren't going anywhere, and I walk away, that it's me channeling. I got the answer and I just gave it. I literally spoke it out. So, and people have been paying attention. My kids pay attention. When I say something like, I bet you're going to have another baby. And then my daughter has my granddaughter, who is my spitting image. It's scary. Like my daughter's like, wow, she looks exactly like you. I said, that poor kid. I'm like, but she just looks exactly like, it's striking. It really is. Anyway, so you've got some other ways you can do this really quick before I start my readings. Okay, because remember, you can ask me a question.
That's right.
Hi, is that Shana?
The lines are open.
Okay, yep, they're going to be open today. So you've got your personal number, and that was a 7 because that was what I took my birthday, or not my birthday. My personal number was where I added 1. Okay, that's my 9. My destiny number is my name. I took Lana. I only took Lana. Now you can take your whole name, but I took just the first name. Now, one of my friends does the whole name, and then another friend just does your first name. And then I have another friend that just takes the 3 letters, and she can tell you all about yourself by taking the first 3 letters of your name. So see how everybody does it? It's kind of like psychic readings. Everybody does a numerology thing a little differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got your soul's urge. You use your vowels. And on that chart, 1 to 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you just take the vowels and add them together. On my first name, it's a 2. So see what I'm saying? And my heart's desire is a 2.
Mine, if you just take the vowels, mine's a 9.
Ooh, so you're wanting so is that your soul's urge?
Yeah.
You want transformation. Oh, we've been talking about that.
Right.
That's true, ain't it?
Yeah, that's true.
See, this is weird.
Yeah,
and you
that
keep
is.
thinking, well, they're so general. They're so general.
I know.
They really aren't. If you really think about what your
weird.
soul is wanting, see?
Interesting.
Because we were just talking about that a little just right before.
That's right.
We sit here and talk, and
in the green room.
Yeah, in the green room. We'll end up here having some coffee here. But anyway, your dream number, the number what's your dream, what you want out of your life. Your dream are all your consonants.
Ooh.
So and you can take just your first name, because I've had friends that do that. My name's so simple; it's Lana. So
that's a
and
9.
my dream number is an 8. I want power. I want change. I want to be, and everybody understands that. And I have people actually donating me money towards my horse facility. I want to make a place like a healing center where people can come and take art lessons, and they can come and garden. They do stuff like I do. This is my soul type thing. Come and ride some therapy horses. It's wonderful for the soul. I want to buy some land. I want to convert it back to like a land refuge. I don't know if you guys know, but I live in Wisconsin, and I'm on called the Rock River. And up north of us, we have the whooping cranes, and they're up to about 300 now. If you've never seen or heard them, they literally go over my house, and I'm on the top of a hill, and you can hear them, and you'll never forget the sound the rest of your life. It is the coolest thing watching them fly south. And I have a marsh, and I live on the hill, and then my hill goes down, and there's a huge marsh there. Well, I've got like an extinct snake, because we found them. And the DNR knows they're there too, and they said they don't live in the state of Wisconsin, and they're there. I want to buy that land. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, and
you're just saying you hate the winter.
I do hate. Hey, my plan. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna be a snowbird. I'm gonna go from January, right after Christmas. Once I get my Christmas done with my grandkids, go until February. Come back, have another house somewhere. I'm sick of the snow. I can't enjoy my animals. That's what it bothers me the most. I can't be out with my chickens. I have to shovel out to, I can't be with my rabbits and my dogs and my cats and my horses.
I was with your chickens yesterday in the air fryer.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm cutting down on chickens. I have way too many, and I just love them so much. And one year, by the way, here's Metaphysical Meanderings again. I love animals, and I'm like a chicken expert. I just know everything. So if anybody has chickens out there and they're sick, ask me, because there's no vet will take care of them, because they're $10 animals, and they die and they get another one. That's kind of their attitude.
You deep fry them.
Yeah. Exactly. And so I got given, like, they were sick. The chicks were a little, they something. It's where their temperature drops too fast in shipping. And it's called pasty butt, because they get they get sick. Anyway, I knew I had to take care of them, so I ended up with like 38 of them. And I had a lot of chickens, and I didn't get rid of them all. And now I'm slowly. And what happens with chickens? They get to be about 7. They can catch something, but if they're healthy, they'll live to be about 7, 8, and they slowly, one at a time, you'll find them that they've died. And that's kind of what's happening now. So I'm cutting down. So anyway, Peter's rabbits live in the house. I have 2. I have an Angora, and I have like a Hottentot. So good. I know about rabbits, and I've bred them. So yeah, my Angora is just the sweetest thing, but I need to bring him in and shave him. Because he's probably really hairy, and I haven't been able to get the barn. We've been feeding him everything, but I mean, I haven't been able to get him out. I like to let my rabbits out. I've got like a pen that they can get out, and they can eat grass and hop around. And there's a foot of snow on the ground, and we have more snow than you guys do here, by the way. All right. Earl says, I was born on 4/19/1969. Earl, add it left to right and add 1. Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Hey, Earl.
So, with that said, it is that time.
It's time to open up. Hey,
right.
I got a question. One of our show hosts, Dawn Brimmer. It's her birthday weekend. Yes. She's out in Vegas.
Oh.
Is there a number she should bet on at the table?
Is it Dawn the one that was here with me before?
No, but she's out there.
Oh, okay.
Stephanie is out there with her.
Stephanie out there.
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
Is that who you're?
That's who I was
Okay,
picking up.
yeah.
To. I thought for some reason I saw Stephanie.
Stephanie's with her. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's good.
All right. You know what? This is hard because I don't like doing this.
You should. I was just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 4. I don't know. Try that,
That's
you guys. I don't know. I know people who have actually dreamed about numbers and then have won the lotto because they're supposed to. Yeah, I always hear from people. Yeah. Well, if you're such a psychic, you should be winning the lottery. I'm not supposed to.
And listen, folks, you're listening to 216 The Net, to the 614,000 listeners out there. Go to EnchantedSky.com. That's EnchantedSky.com, and Lana can give you a personal reading. Yes. She works all the time, so just touch base with her.
Yes. I usually take my readings. I did add a Sunday for my out of country people because I added from 8 a.m. till noon on Sunday because a lot of you guys, I was doing 5 to 9. It wasn't the right time. It was the middle of the night for my England followers. And I got a quarter of you are from England. So I added time just for you. So look on there and you guys can schedule a reading that way. I spend just time for just you. And if you want to Google Meet, people like Google Meets. Otherwise, I'm just doing a phone like you're my friend. So by the way, most of the time when you do a reading with me, you start becoming a friend because I end up kind of in your chart and I know all about you. It's an interaction. Mm-hmm. And I know that, but I got just tons of friends that I've become friends with them. So anyway, all right, let's go on. Still school and planning to be done next month. I'm ready to quit my job and start my career. Good, Jackie. How or what do I do to stay positive until then? My personal number is a 92. You're transforming, Jackie, because you're getting out of school. If there's any way you can ground yourself, Jackie, are you where it's cold and you can't get out? Because the best way to ground yourself is get on the ground.
Yeah, go hug a tree.
Go hug a tree. No, literally, it works. Try it. Okay. Shayna, I think it's Shayna.
Yep, Shayna.
Right? Shayna. Mm-hmm. Okay, just a second. I also want to say, I know this is what they're telling me to tell you. Take a nice hot bath and put plenty of salt and make sure it's ionic salt, like from the ocean, like ocean salt. Okay, sea salt. All right, try that. That should help a lot. They're telling me to tell you, for you personally, that would be your best bet. Okay. All right. Yeah, Jackie's like, I'm in the cold too. Yeah, well, and then you're thinking, you're looking around and it's snowing, it's gray, it's cold, you don't do anything. You're wondering why you're here. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like,
you better believe it.
Yeah. So anyway,
Shayna asks, any advice for those empath types dealing with boundary issues?
Yeah, I'm actually starting to offer a class, how to be an empath warrior because people don't understand that is a boundary issue. Well, for me with boundaries, and this is what I've done, is I used to let people walk on me. I always wanted, first you have to learn to realize that not everybody's going to like you. Because we as empaths, we want everybody to like us.
So
and that's at the heart of a lot of it. Mm-hmm. That we let people walk on us because we don't want to hurt their feelings. That's one. But also, well, I want to be accepted and liked. You have to get to a point where you don't care anymore. And when you get to that point that you don't care anymore is when you really understand who you really truly are. Because you're not following the societal norm of being the good little girl that they teach us growing up, that we're supposed to be well-liked and we're supposed to be nice and we're not supposed to get mad and we're not supposed to be this way and we're not supposed. And when you get to a point where you tell somebody very nicely to
F off,
thank you, then you're there.
When you say with a smile.
I have done that, and it took me a long time to get there. I was always. It's not even being assertive. It's not caring anymore. Taking care of you still care about people. I mean, I care about people, but I also know that if you're abusing me, I don't have to put up with it.
Right.
And you get to that point, and that's something you have to work on. I can give you tools. I can give you other things. I'm writing a book called The Empathic Martyr, because I know it's needed. I have another psychic. Well, all my friends are psychic. By the way, they all are. They just are. And she calls me every week, and she's like, her name is Ayana. Anyway, hi Ayana. And she calls me. So how's the book? And I'm like, I haven't worked on it. I'm too busy. Oh, you got to get it done because you know what? You know how many people need that book? And it's to quit martyring yourself. Stand up. Put your boundaries up. Yeah.
So as soon as you're done martyring yourself, you'll finish the book.
Thank you. No, I'm not martyring myself. I am busy. You know I am. Look at him. He's laughing. You should see the look on his face.
We've got another question out there.
Go ahead.
Peter asked, do you think animals reincarnate?
You know what? That debate for me is out because I've had some people that say animals don't need to and they don't. But I will tell you, I swear to God and the universe that I have a horse. My horse Sky, who's my business is named after, Enchanted Sky, and he is my old horse Trigger. Same kind of quirks about him, like just quirky stuff, and you're like, how can that be? And you kind of wonder if the universe doesn't let them come back again to be with you. There's two sides of it. I don't quite know how I feel because I swear I've had animals that have come back again. Sure. And but a lot of people say they don't need to come back. They don't need to reincarnate, so they don't bother. But it doesn't make sense to me though that way because animals can act as soulmates. So pets can be, very healing, deep connect. You can be deeply connected with an animal. I mean, I had a dog named Denver I was extremely connected with. I loved that dog. He died of cancer. He was only 7 and it broke my heart. I've lost other dogs.
Is that why you have John Denver as your
Yes, that's
ringtone?
exactly why he's named after. My favorite singer is John Denver. That's my first crush when I was 9. So I love anything he does. So everything, hey, my horse's name is Calypso. So I had a horse named Calypso. So don't think that there's no connection to that. Anyway, so all right. Thank you, Lana. Really appreciate what you do. Thank you, Jackie. Domino. Greetings from Round Lake. Hi. That's just down the road from us.
That's right.
Okay. Amandeep. Hey, your birth date is 2308. You got to have the year on there too. Put it all together, add 1. Give you your personal number. Okay. Let's see. Mine is a 7. Too much negativity at work. Looking for a promotion and raise to get in place. Manifesting the same, but I'm anxious because I'm not seeing it coming. What should I do? Gerline, wait it out. You're going to have to wait it out because everything that you want isn't coming till about June or July. Sorry to tell you.
Dawn,
be patient.
Dawn asks on her birthday trip to Vegas.
Yes.
What day is her luckiest day there?
Try Tuesday. Is she going to be there through Tuesday?
No, they'll be coming back on Monday.
Well, that's 3. Yeah. Okay. So how long has she been there?
They just got there last night.
Okay. So you'll be there 3 days?
Yeah.
The 3rd day. I was on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do the last day. The last day. Okay. Try it. I don't know how accurate I am with any of that.
I don't know.
Go. I'm not a gambler. The thing is like I will predict Packer games because I'm a Packer fan.
Yeah.
From Wisconsin. Anyway, and I will get them completely right. My mother could do this too. So I've inherited this ability from her. I know I did. Anyway, but if I were to gamble, I'll lose. So I don't bother. I'll tell people, hey, they're gonna win by a field goal or a touchdown, and I'm right.
Dawn is the hardest working single mother that I know.
Awesome.
Is there a man in her future?
Not for a while. You know why, Dawn? I don't know if you really realize this, but you're extremely discerning. You want to wait out for the right one, and you are not just going to date anybody.
Beautiful.
Okay, you know her well.
I do.
Right?
She is. If we were to do a past life on her, yes. She knows us as well. I mean, she and I we were a brother and sister or something.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to meet her.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I know. Stephanie, stop in and see me sometime. She's running her own show.
Ask a Bookkeeper.
Ask a Bookkeeper. Yep. Yeah. She's been in here, so she's pretty cool. Okay. So Peter goes, do you think? Okay, thank you, Peter says.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, when will I get married? Birth date is 88. Have you met the right person? Because I don't think you've met the right person. That's why I'm asking. So you're 30, 33, 34, because that's my daughter's 88. Yeah. Within 3 years of meeting the right person. How's that? Because I think that you haven't met the right person yet. Maybe you have. Maybe you just started. I don't see anybody. So tell me if I'm a little off, because it's hard for me because it's kind of a general question. Okay. Because sometimes you'll say, will I be marrying so-and-so? I can tell you, and like that. Okay. Magita, I'm also very passionate about animals and love your passion too. Any guidance for my career? Am I at a right place?
Oh, nice. Good question.
Yeah, you need to be working with animals, but I think children too. I feel, that you do understand that people who work with children often work with animals, because there's a simplicity.
Same type energy. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I know that, as I've taught for 30 years, and I say that I don't like my job. I love my job, but I want more. I want to move on, is what's going on with me. And I miss this last year, the kids' energy, because a child's energy is pure. Mm-hmm. They haven't been through a bunch of crap as much. Their energy is just a little bit, and it's more innocent. And it's the same thing with animals. That's why the energy. I honestly could read animals. Like, I do a couple of psychic fairs for animals, like animal fairs in suburban Milwaukee. And I read 48 in one day. I can't even read 10 people. I'll be sick because I'm picking up their negative energy. Animals they're just so innocent. Everything's so clear. And by the way, they know God. When people are like, oh my God, like my chickens, like I can't kill my chickens and eat them. I can eat the eggs. I just can't, because they're my pets. I name them. Anyway.
I could eat them.
I eat chicken, but I don't eat my chickens. And this is what I think about it, is that my chickens understand that they are food, that they know that that's what they're here for.
Sure.
And that they know God, and they're not afraid to die. Now, it's one thing to have a reaction, to run when somebody's chasing you. That's different, but they understand that's what their purpose is. Like, animals know their purposes, where we are always like, oh, this and that. They understand it. Okay. So, all right. Hey, Lana, what's one what your future husband look like? That's a really hard one, Mel. Because that's hard for me to see. Now, I do see somebody in your life with really dark hair, and it's kind of thick, and it's got not really wave, maybe a little wave to it, and he's taller than you, and that's all I can really kind of say. But he's got really super dark hair. I can see the really.
Will he make her happy?
Hair. Oh yeah,
there you
go.
Of
course, yeah.
I
want to say though, Mel, you're going to go through 2 relationships before you find the right one.
I had a good friend that when she was young, her mother always told her, marry an ugly guy.
Uh-huh.
So that way you'll know he'll never cheat on you.
Yep.
And she always told me this. And then I met her husband. I was like, oh my God, he is ugly.
You're so bad. Hey, isn't that old song from the 60s, Marry an Ugly Woman?
Yeah.
And you'll be happy for the rest of your life?
Pete says he's picking up someone with a peg leg and one eye for Mel B. Thanks, Pete.
Pete.
Are you serious?
Arg, arg, arg. Where do pirates go for vacation? Argentina, like that. Okay. How do you know if the change you're making is moving you towards alignment? It feels right. The horse 89. It feels right. You feel like you have more energy. You're happy. I don't understand. I just know that at a soul level, you're happy.
Yeah.
And if people aren't happy, and there's so much unhappiness because we've all been wearing false masks because of societal pressures. Now those masks are coming off. That's why so many people are calling me, I'm out of alignment. Am I doing this right? Am I going to do this? Go for it. If it feels right, it's in the pit of your stomach. Your pit of your stomach is where your soul sits. If that is telling you that this is right, then it's right. Okay?
There it is.
Peace. Lana, please tell me if Luke has feelings for me. Yes, he has not revealed them to you yet, right, Peace? It doesn't feel like it. Yes, he would like to know you better. Okay. Rosa Milton. Stellium, will I meet my true love this year? You're going to meet somebody in your, I can't tell. I don't know why I can't tell for you, Rosa, but you're going to meet somebody like 9. It's a 9 month, 9 weeks. Not something 9. Okay.
All right. That is putting us right down at the end of the show. If you have more questions and she hasn't got to you, give her a call. Check her out at www.enchantedSky.com. And I am talking, when I say her, I am talking about Master Psychic Lana Duncan-Hartgraves. And call her, set up a time. She will give you a reading no matter where you're at in the world.
Yep.
I mean, she's got clients all over the world. She is absolutely fantastic. We are blessed to have her here on 216 The Net. And check her out on her podcast. This show will now become a podcast,
Yes.
and you're going to see it out on Spotify, on Apple Casts, on Google Casts. I mean, they're out there. So and check her out. But do yourself a favor. Continue to listen to us, like us, share us, join her YouTube, subscribe to her YouTube page.
On Lana's Enchanted Sky.
Yep. And go ahead and subscribe to ours as well.
And also, before we end, I'd like to give please visit. I do readings here. It's in Janesville, Wisconsin. earthsongbooksandgifts.com.
Yep.
I will be appearing there on occasion in March. So take a look there. They got all kinds of stones. They're pretty cool. So take a look at that also. And I'll see you guys next time.
That's it. And special thanks to our good friend, Dawn Jennings from EmpressOfIntuitiveMoons.com. We'll see you next week, folks.
I got 168 on here.